Flagships are flagships. As great they are, they have a heavy price tag to match. But thanks to the influx of Chinese brands, now you can get good smartphones at a quarter of the price. And if you're in the market to get a new smartphone and you have just 10,000 rupees to spare, you might have a tough time because the market is flooded with great smartphones at a very cheap prices. But this is what I think is the best, the Xiaomi Redmi 4. So let's unbox our phone. I have already unboxed the phone before recording the video, but I'm doing it once again just for the sake of this video. Now the unboxing experience is very familiar if you have had a Xiaomi phone before. Nothing fancy. Inside, we find the phone first. Now let's keep it aside. Further, we find some documentation. Then some more documentation written in both Chinese and English. Then we have our charger, which is, mind you, not. Flagships are flagships. As great they are, they have a heavy price tag to match. But thanks to the influx of Chinese brands, now you can get good smartphones at a quarter of the price. And if you're in the market to get a new smartphone and you have just 10,000 rupees to spare, you might have a tough time because the market is flooded with great smartphones at a very cheap prices. But this is what I think is the best, the Xiaomi Redmi 4. So let's unbox our phone. I have already unboxed the phone before recording the video, but I'm doing it once again just for the sake of this video. Now the unboxing experience is very familiar if you have had a Xiaomi phone before. Nothing fancy. Inside, we find the phone first. Now let's keep it aside. Further, we find some documentation. Then some more documentation written in both Chinese and English. Then we have our charger, which is, mind you, not a fast charger. Then we have our usual USB data cable. Last but not the least, the SIM ejector pin. Now let's keep all these aside and take a look at the phone first. Alright. On the left of the phone we have the hybrid SIM card slot. On the right we have the volume rockers and the power button. On the back we have the fingerprint scanner and the camera setup with some MI branding. On the bottom we have a single firing speaker and an old school USB port. The front of the phone is flanked by a 5-inch IPS LCD display. Overall, the phone feels solid with its aluminum construction and is great for one-handed use. Speaking of the fingerprint scanner, setting it up is very easy. Registering your fingerprint is also very fast. Now the fingerprint scanner is an active scanner. You don't have to press it, and the performance is very reliable. It is very fast as well as accurate. Alright, now let's talk about performance. Underneath the Redmi 4 is a Snapdragon 435 processor. Flagships are flagships. As great they are. The day-to-day usage of the Redmi 4 is very satisfactory. There is a slight stutter here and there and a slight heating while playing games, but nothing deal-breaking. The Snapdragon 435 processor along with 2GB of RAM keeps things up and running with no problem. The RAM management is good too. In the display department, the Redmi 4 comes equipped with a 5-inch 720p IPS LCD display. A resolution of 1280 by 720 spread across a screen of 5 inches results in a pixels density of 293 pixels per inch. While not as sharp as a 1080p display, the 720p resolution is the ideal choice for the Snapdragon 435 processor. Overall, the display gets bright enough to be legible outdoors and dim enough for using in the dark. The display is vivid and has good contrast levels. Now let's hear how the mono speaker sounds like.
Diana, fighting does not make you a hero.
TikTok, baby, life is
is a race, just make sure you make a pit stop.
Alright guys, time to look at the Redmi 4's camera. First of all, I'm going to go to the app interface and then I'm going to tell you about the image quality. So let's get started. The Redmi 4 has a 5 megapixel f2.2 front-facing camera. And on the rear, there's a 13 megapixel f2.0 lens with face detection autofocus and a single LED flash. The camera interface is pretty simple. The shutter button, the video button, the gallery icon, the modes, the toggle for front and back camera, FX toggle, and toggle for flash and HDR. In modes, you have got several modes like audio, beautify, tilt shift, timer, straighten, scene, panorama, manual, HHD. In the manual mode, you can't do much but change the ISO and white balance. Moving on to the scene mode, you've got several scene modes like auto, portrait, landscape, sports, night, etc. etc. In the settings, you got several options like changing image quality, aspect ratio, and other stuff. In the video, you don't have much but time lapse. In the settings, you can change the video quality up to Full HD as this phone can't shoot 4K. With this toggle, you can switch to the front camera. Taking a look at image quality, images shot during the daytime have ample amount of details, has less noise, and has a bit of software sharpening. Sometimes the phone tends to lose focus, so be sure to use tap to focus while shooting macros. Other than that, the pictures are quite detailed, is bright and vibrant. I'm not particularly a fan of the HDR mode of this phone because it boosts the contrast unnecessarily and does not bring down the highlights and pull up the shadows much. The images captured by the front-facing 5 megapixel camera are decent. Images during the low light situations are not that great. Image quality takes quite a nosedive. There is a lot of noise and details are very less. Turning on the HHD mode of the Redmi 4 improves the details to quite an extent, however, a lot of noise creeps in. This is a 1080p footage shot by the Redmi 4's rear 13 megapixel camera. The focusing is quite slow. It couldn't lock focus until I tapped on the screen. Video shot with this phone are not stable, a common trait found with these phones in this price range. And this is how video looks like captured by the Redmi 4 front camera. Let's test out the stabilization. Of course, all these features won't mean anything if the phone didn't have good battery life. The Redmi 4 comes with a 4100 mAh battery and easily lasts throughout the day with mid to heavy usage. The stellar battery life of the Redmi 4 is one of its strong points. Wrapping up everything, this is what I have to say. I would recommend the 3GB RAM plus 32GB internal storage model for you to pick, as I feel it is a sweet spot for the price to feature ratio. For a price of ₹9,000, you get a phone with good build quality, good performance, a good feature set, decent camera, and great battery life. This is why, according to me, the Redmi 4 is the best Android smartphone below 10,000 rupees. It is a no-nonsense phone that does the basics absolutely right. Alright guys, that's it for me in this video. Hit the like button if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Comment on what you think about this video. Your comments are precious. This is only my second video, so help me improve my channel. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Alright guys, I'm Vitesh and see you guys later.